You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming
Family and friends,
on an August day.
as the father of the bride, I had the pleasure of giving the first speech as Steve did. I need to put my glasses on. I'm sorry, wrong glasses. I must have left them in the room. I'll try to read it. My wife Susan and I would like to welcome all the relatives and friends who have joined in celebrating Ryan and Jessica's wedding. I'd like to thank Steve and Debbie, Ryan's parents, for raising such a fine son. Let's see. And for the great rehearsal dinner we had last night. We would also like to thank Timothy, Ryan's brother, for crafting such a beautiful altar table, which I'm sure will be an heirloom in their family. Where's Timothy? I know that most of you have traveled many miles for this occasion, and I would just like to thank you for coming so far. And the honor of the longest distance travel goes to Sarah, maid of honor, from Perth, Australia. Where are you? Go, Sarah. Let's see. Today, I must admit that I'm the proudest dad in the world to have accompanied Jessica down the aisle. I think you will agree that she looks stunning. She has given us so much joy throughout the years. I can't help but reflect on the little girl she was and the woman she's become. She was Daddy's girl on the day she was born and has always been a princess to me. All through her life, she has brought me much joy. While not every day has been perfect, the love I feel for her has been. She has become a most confident and outstanding woman. She's intelligent and leaves a lasting impression on most people she meets. She has extraordinary talent for organizing and completing whatever she does with amazing results. She loves to travel, to explore, and really enjoys learning how the world works. And I'd like to think that many of our family excursions had something to do with it. There wasn't any hesitation in her voice the day she told us Ryan is the one. We had known Ryan before this because they were friends at UNC. But after this, we got to know Ryan better. And we too agree he's the one. We are very fond of Ryan. He is personable, outgoing, intelligent, and responsible. He too has a love for travel. He seems to be the perfect fit for what she needs. He gives her love, support, and guidance, but also allows her room to grow. They accompany each other as a couple should. Ryan, I'd just like to thank you for indulging Jessica every Halloween and allowing her to dress you and Charlie in crazy costumes, because I'm pretty sure that's going to continue. And just know there will probably be a few haunted basements somewhere in your future as well. He has mannerisms that at times remind me of myself. Jack, that's just the way I see it. We are filled with pride and confidence that you and Ryan are about to embark on a wonderful journey filled with love and happiness that can only come as man and wife. May the two of you always treat each other with love, compassion, kindness, and respect. Remember above all to put God first and always ask for His guidance. Be true to each other always. Share your joys, your burdens. Love much, laugh much. Be each other's best friend. Always speak well of one another, even in private. And when things don't go well, forgive as often as required. Married life is an adventure, and you embark today on an adventure together. Even though you're individuals, the covenant today makes the couple more important than either of you separately. May you be blessed with happiness that grows, with love that lasts, and may you have a peaceful life together. It is now my pleasure to propose a toast to the happy couple, Justin and Ryan. I wish you enjoyment for today, the fulfillment of all your hopes and dreams for tomorrow, and love and happiness always. And just another word, you know, the guy on TV that reads the Hallmark card, I didn't do that, I wrote it. Thank you, we're really
Leah is next.
Okay. Love is a many splendored thing. Love lifts us up where we belong. All you need is love. Now you may be thinking, geez, this is going to be cliche, and you may be right. But keep these verses in mind. Jessica and I have known each other since elementary school and became closer friends in high school. We were on the yearbook staff together and ran cross country together. Well, Jessica ran and finished the races and then came back to run with me. Our senior year, we found out we both got into Carolina and decided to be roommates. Everyone said we would probably kill each other, but we didn't, and I'm so glad they were wrong. Remember those verses I started with? Love is a many splendored thing. Love lifts us up where we belong. All you need is love. Now picture Jessica and I singing the Elephant Love medley from Moulin Rouge at the top of our lungs in our tiny Granville dorm room, jumping on the beds for a dramatic duet. We made the most of our time in college. We went to football and basketball games together, music performances, pulled a few pranks, stole a cone, and even went dumpster diving for the old Dean Dome seats. The 4 years we lived together, our friendship became stronger and a sisterhood was established. Jessica and I are both only children, so I truly do consider her my sister. We have cried together, laughed together, prayed together, finished each other's sentences, and I love that we can look at each other and know what the other one is thinking. It was in that Granville dorm room that I first heard mention of this boy named Ryan. From what I knew early on, he liked ultimate frisbee, he was open about his faith, and he had a friend in the service. Over the years, as their friendship developed, I got to know Ryan a little better, and even went to one of the infamous church house Christmas parties. I found my mug from the 2007 party and smiled to myself. This small party favor is just one example of Ryan's kindness and hospitality. As their relationship became stronger, I began to see just how much Ryan meant to Jessica. Through long distance, Skype calls, and trips too infrequent for most, they made it work. They balanced each other on all levels. Their love of travel, strong friendships, and of course their love for Charles Wallace Cofield are just a few of their similarities. But I believe the greatest quality they share is their faith. When entering into a marriage, a lot changes. It is no longer just you, but your spouse as well. One thing that doesn't change is your foundation based on your love and your love of God. Pray together every day and never lose sight of your strongest love story with Christ. With Christ at the center, your love for each other will be ever stronger. Love really is a splendored thing, and it really does lift us up. All you need is love. I love you both and cannot wait to make many more memories with you.
Try to hold it together for this. Sorry, get in front center. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah, Jessica's little sister as well. I've known her for about 27 years, a little over that. We're that old. So I had just a few things I wanted to share with you guys. Everyone's full, had dinner, we're good to go. So, like I said, I've known Jessica for just over 27 years. She was a month old when I was born, and some of you guys may have seen the picture out in the hallway. So we've known each other quite some time. And in the time, I have a multitude of memories that I look back on very fondly. Used to play bank tellers in our house, teachers in our mom's classrooms after school. There was one infamous game of hide and seek. Oh, what? Yeah, and I think we still have the doorknob from that one somewhere. Anyway, some of my favorites include puppy chow, snake eggs, kayaking with seals, and of course Dracula's Cabaret. But instead of embarrassing Jessica and probably myself in the process with heaps of crazy stories and all the moments one can capture in a lifetime, I'd just like to say that Jessica is my best friend, my sister, and I love her. And no matter how far apart we are, or how long away from each other we are, I can just give her a call and she's always right there for me. Oh, sorry. This was gonna happen, I warned her. I think I was still living in the States when Jessica first started dating Ryan. But to my amazing memory, I don't actually remember meeting Ryan. But I think that's probably the point, because they just go so well together that he just seamlessly became a part of her life. And so with that, I know that Ryan is Jessica's rock. He takes amazing care of her and their fur baby. And most importantly, I know he makes her extremely happy. So in short, Ryan, you have my approval. And before the waterworks get completely out of control, I just hope you guys, to wish you guys the best with your future. I love you both so much. And cheers to Jessica and Ryan.
Hi everyone, I would like to thank Susan and Pete for putting on this wonderful reception and wedding this evening. To Susan and Pete, and while I'm at it, to Steve and Debbie, to all the parents here for raising two fine young people. The thing to understand about my brother Ryan is that he likes to stick to his itinerary, and he doesn't like to veer away from it. This has been the source of some contention throughout our lives together, because I'm not as good at sticking to the itinerary as my brother is. I think it was the summer of 2008, Ryan reeled me into this trip overseas to Europe. With the promise that I would be able to run with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. By way of a brief explanation, there's this small town in Spain, and every June, everybody in the town gets together and they run with these large cows through the town. And it's a very marvelous thing supposedly to do. And so my brother called me and he said, "I'm gonna be going through Spain. I'm gonna make my way to Pamplona. We're gonna run with the bulls. You should be there." He had to make a lot of promises to get me to leave the States. I hadn't before, and to come out to Europe to run with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. So I made my way to Europe that summer, and to Pamplona. Well, I guess we ran into each other in Barcelona first, and we're there for a few days, and I spent most of my time chasing Ryan as he fulfilled his itinerary in Barcelona. He had various places he needed to be, various museums to see, and times to be there. And I didn't make it to all of those places. I'm sure they were very grand. I saw parts of Barcelona. We did make it down to Pamplona at about 5 o'clock in the morning. This tradition, this running with the bulls, it starts at 7 o'clock. it's very important that you are on time for the running of the bulls. And also that you were at the starting line. The way it works is they have this giant pen where they keep these monsters. And at 7 o'clock, they release them and they run them through the town, and all the brave young men are supposed to run with the bulls. And that was our plan. That was Ryan's plan, actually. I want to make that clear. This was Ryan's plan. This was Ryan's promise. This is what we were going to do in Pamplona. This is why I was in Europe. It's also why George was in Pamplona with us. George is back there, Ryan's friend. I'm not sure why, but Jessica appeared somewhere in Barcelona and made the way down to Pamplona with us. And we got into town about 5:30 in the morning, and plenty of time to make it to the start of the running of the bulls. In fitting with his character, Ryan was the only one of the three of us, he, George, and I, who had a map and who knew where the starting point of the big run was. So we were kind of relying on Ryan to get us there, and I was determined not to make Ryan miss the running of the bulls. And so we were ready to go about 5:30 when we rolled into town. Now, it was very crowded in Pamplona. It was filled with very well-mannered young Spanish people who are excited to watch the young Americans run with the bulls through the town. But it was very crowded. It was kind of a chaotic environment to wander into. And again, Jessica was with us, and I think it was George who decided to task Jessica with the job of videotaping the running of the bulls. And so this was Jessica's job. Needless to say, she was not willing to actually run with the bulls, but she was very willing to videotape us doing this. And so at about 6:45, Ryan and George and I left Jessica in the town center, where you have a good view of the alleyway where the bulls will run and all the people running with the bulls will come through. And Jessica had the video camera. Now, it was very crowded, and we had about 10 minutes to make it to the start. We were following Ryan, and we got a few steps out of the town square, and Ryan starts making noises. He starts walking more slowly, and then he turns back. And I realize he's going to find Jessica because he's become concerned about where Jessica is and all of the melee in the town square. And you can see where this story is going. George and I never made it to the running of the bulls start because Ryan was busy trying to find Jessica in the crowd. In the meantime, Jessica was trying to get as close to the road as she possibly could with the video camera so that she could videotape Ryan running with the bulls. And about an hour and a half later, we finally met up with Ryan and Jessica again. He had found her. Neither George and I ever came close to a bull. Ryan had the map the whole time. And so it was a very tragic story for George and I, but the reason I would like to point this out, and the reason I'm sharing this with everyone, is that this was the moment when I realized that my brother had met his match. That he had finally found someone who could make him late willingly, and that was when I knew he loved this girl, and she loved him, and to a lifetime of love and happiness for Ryan and Jessica.
Your every line, your every word, your everything. You're a carousel, you're a wishing well, and you light me up when you ring my bell. You're a mystery, you're from outer space, you're every minute of my every